CM Punk has a good old hearty har over the whole brawl out situation and being suspended from AEW while doing his commentary with CFFC MMA Cage Fury. He was sitting at the commentary table, Cage Fury, CFFC, some sort of like minor league to UFC essentially, you know, like a lower level minor league MMA promotion, and CM Punk is on the commentary team there. He recently made his return, his first public appearance since the brawl out, and then it was in this particular clip right here where CM Punk kind of shows where he's at with the whole thing. You know, is this something that he's taking very seriously, or is this something that's a big fucking joke to him? You be the judge. Check out this clip.
This guy here wasn't injured. Him versus Paul Felder might have happened, but apparently he's nursing a shoulder injury. You know, maybe Mario Lopez or somebody like that in the future.
Everything is hurt. I'm nursing everything.
Speaking of CM Punk, next year we may do Fury Pro Wrestling. We're trying to get a big signing to happen. We need to add it to our repertoire.
I'm bad news. You don't want me in the locker room.
Yeah, that dude will mess up the whole organization. What are you doing?
I
like working here, man.
He won't draw numbers.
Don't let him do any press conferences. All right, listen, we still got a main event to come.
So for anybody that had any kind of delusions that CM Punk could come back and like apologize to each individual person in the locker room for being an asshole and promise to do better and be on his best behavior and minding his P's and Q's for an AEW return, I hope this kind of settles that whole thing, that you're out of your fucking mind if you think CM Punk's going to come back and tuck his tail between his legs. The dude doesn't even care. He's laughing about it. This is laughable to CM Punk. Now, this indicates one of two things, right? One is it's a work, and he's having a good laugh about it because he knows he's going to return and do big business working with the Elite, the Bucks, Kenny, right? Fucking Punk and FTR versus the Elite and the Six Mans, Punk versus Kenny Omega one-on-one. Like, dude, there's some great business to be had from a CM Punk returning and having the business sense to turn this whole spiel, this whole brawl out fucking fiasco into some money. Start printing money. Punk can come back as a massive heel and, you know, behind the scenes, apologize to the locker room, make them all comfortable with him being there again, and then just not fuck up ever again. And on screen, play it up. You know, behind the scenes, kiss ass. On screen, play it up. Yeah, fuck you guys. Blah, 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 blah. Create an angle out of it. So it's all a work, and Punk is coming back. That's scenario number one. Number two is this is just a big joke to him. Ha, ha, ha. This whole thing's stupid. Remember, this was the guy that had said that he didn't think that when he got suspended, that he didn't think that the press conference part of this was a big deal. You know, people close to CM Punk through Nick Hausman or whatever had said they didn't think it was a big deal. The media scrum thing, like they get, you know, the fight, backstage fight, those fights happen all the time in wrestling. So why exactly is this such a big deal? He doesn't even understand that. He doesn't see it. The fight's not the big deal. I don't know that I would have even been mad about the fight, to be honest with you. Wrestling, you know, they're egos. It's testosterone. It's big guys with big egos, and they're in competition for top spots. You know what I mean? For top paydays. And that's, tempers are going to fly, and people are going to disagree, and people are going to get into it. So be it. That's part of the game. But to just go onto this media scrum and bury your whole locker room, none of these people did anything. They're all children. I'm trying to run the business here. And that whole thing about Punk possibly being an EVP secretly, that's not correct at all. The way I took it is that, you know, Punk is kind of he just had Tony's ear, similar to what Chris Jericho has. Chris Jericho doesn't have any kind of title, but he does take a locker room leader role, and he certainly is there to advise Tony Khan, and I think Punk was doing pretty much the same thing with no official title. Otherwise, we would have heard that. So that's kind of a stupid rumor, too. just for Punk to bury everybody at that thing and then think that, oh, I don't see what the big deal is. It's just, just burying the entire company. I mean, doesn't everybody agree with me? Doesn't everybody think they're a bunch of no-name fuck-alls that they're a bunch of children trying to run a fucking shitty half-ass promotion? That kind of mentality, he's never going to come back and apologize. He's never going to think that he's in the wrong. This is a guy that does not, his ego is too big to see any wrong that he does. Everything that he does is great. I know people like this personally. I do. You can't win an argument with him because you can't even be like, look, man, I see from your point of view. I really do. I understand where you're coming from. This is just where I'm coming from. And they're like, yeah, well, where you're coming from sucks. And I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, that's CM Punk. There's no scenario where he's going to come back and get on the locker room's good graces and mind his P's and Q's. He's going to come back and be like, I did what I did and I do it again. Fuck you guys. I'm the big shit around here and you guys are lucky to have me here. That's CM Punk. And it's sad that it's going to turn out that way, but I think that's what it is. Though we're going to get into later in another clip, if you're watching clips on YouTube, but if you're listening or watching the full pod, we're going to get into the elite side of this whole thing here in a minute. But this is a pure sign that this is all a joke to him. He's laughing it off that he was suspended. He's laughing about the fight. I punched a guy. Big deal. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't want me in your locker room. He hears all these rumors and he's just like, it's a big fucking joke. Fuck all these kids, these punk ass kids. They're lucky to have me. No one cares what they think. It's a bad. And I know there's a lot of people like a Jim Cornette. He's going to listen to this and the Jim Cornette and I know I have a lot of people that listen, just from reviewing the analytics. I know a lot of people that watch this also watch Jim Cornette, but I know Jim Cornette's very solidly in the camp of CM Punk and that they are all children and that they are lucky to have him here and he is the biggest star and all of that might be correct, but it's not Punk's place to call it out publicly in front of the world to make the company look like shit, to continue to reinforce that impression with the public. Punk's job is to build the company up, not sit here and say, I'm a giant star and all these people are fucking idiots and children. They're lucky to have me. And I'm just here collecting a giant fat paycheck and trying to do the best I can while I'm here. Instead of putting AEW, the company, over. All of these guys are top stars. You beat Hangman for the world title. So does that, when you sit there and you say like, oh, who's Hangman? What did he ever do in this business? Wow, you really fucking won a big one there then, didn't you, Punk? You know what I mean? Like, you don't say that kind of shit publicly, whether you're right or wrong. And half of me does believe he's right in a lot of those situations. I do. The Bucks are children. The Bucks are petty. And I'll get into it when I cover the elite part, but there's certainly some shit going on there where they try to babyface themselves and, oh, we're just good Christian boys and we're just minding our own business, and big mean CM Punk comes in. No, that's not the case either. This road goes two ways. I just think, to wrap this up here, that CM Punk, the way that he's laughing about this, clearly shows he doesn't take it seriously, that he doesn't see any fault in himself or any wrong that he would have done. He's not going to want to meet in the middle. He's not going to want to come back and be on good terms. And he's not going to want to come back and make money off of this, which the money's there to be taken. Again, FTR versus the Elite in the six-mans and the trios. Punk versus fucking Omega one-on-one is a main event anywhere in the world. Like a fucking $1 million gate main event. Like a top draw. And I don't think we're ever going to see it, unfortunately. And I don't know that we're ever going to see Punk in AEW again, because it's all a big fucking joke.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.